Hey, welcome to this week's training. If you recall what we said a couple weeks ago, that we were going to go to, for the next few weeks, videos based on topics, so that we're not reviewing crews being evaluated for playoffs. So this week we're going with the all but one principle, and we're really going to go a lot into basic spots because, as you'll see, in order to really comprehend the all but one principle, you got to comprehend basic spots as well. So to start with, break fouls basically into four categories. You can have team not in possession behind the basic spot, team not in possession beyond the basic spot, or team in possession beyond the basic spot, team in possession behind the basic spot. So those are your four. What's also important to remember is team possession is there's still team possession even for a loose ball. Alright, so the team possession reverts back to who had possession before the ball was loose. So for instance, scrimmage kick, the K has team possession until the kick ends. Alright. Forward pass, A has possession of the ball, team possession, while the pass is in flight. If it's intercepted, then obviously team possession goes to B. If it's completed by A, pass is completed by A retains that team possession. Loose ball, like a fumble, still the same thing. A's running with the ball, he fumbles, team possession retains with A until the ball is recovered by B. If A recovers the ball, then we still have team possession by A. So for the first three of those categories, the basic spot is your spot of enforcement. The fourth one becomes that's the all but one, and that enforcement is going to be the spot of the foul. Alright, so in order to understand all that, to really understand all but one, you have to know basic spots and understand the basic spots. And these are all listed in Rule 10.4. So you have 6 basic spots. The end of the related run, those are for a foul that occurs during a running play. The previous spot, which you have fouls that are simultaneous with a snap with a free kick, a foul during a loose ball play, foul during which a legal kick occurs, and an inverted whistle ends the down prior to possession by either team. PSK is the basic spot. Succeeding spot for UNS foul, dead ball foul, non-player foul, or when the final result's touchback. And 20-yard line for fouls by either team when the opponent, misspelled when, the opponent of the team in possession at that time of the foul is responsible for forcing the ball across the goal line of the team in possession, and the related run ends in the end zone and is followed by a loose ball, regardless of where the loose ball becomes dead. And then the goal line is the sixth one for fouls committed during running plays by the opponent of the team in possession at the time of the foul, when the team in possession is responsible for forcing the ball across his own goal line and the related run ends in the end zone. And again, all these are in Rule 10.4. So with all this, you essentially have 2 types of plays. The loose ball play is the first one we'll look at, and that is a backward pass, illegal kick, or fumble made by a teammate in or behind the neutral zone prior to a change of possession. Illegal forward pass is a loose ball play, free kick or scrimmage kick, and of course the runs which precede any of the above. So that would be, so backward pass, that includes a snap. Shotgun snap goes over quarterback's head, that's the loose ball. Legal forward pass, obviously we have all that, free kick, scrimmage kick. But the important one you got to remember is the loose ball play, or the like a backward pass and a snap. That's all the same. There's a loose ball. You got run plays, that's essentially everything that's not covered in a loose ball. So right here, any action that occurs after a run while the ball is loose beyond neutral zone due to a fumble, backward pass, illegal kick, or illegal forward is also part of that related run play. And that's where we get into the related. We'll look into that a little bit deeper in a minute. Run play ends when player possession is regained if there's a fumble. And a run play comprises all the live action when the ball is in player possession, except for the interval preceding a legal kick, legal forward pass, backward pass, illegal kick, or fumble made by teammate entering behind the neutral zone prior to a change of possession. So this is an important one to look at. It is end of the related run. So here's this example we see sometimes. A12 runs to the A35 and fumbles. During the loose ball, B12 grasps A12's face mask at the A35. A12 then picks up the loose ball at the A40 and runs to the 50-yard line. This is not a tack on, because the related run before the loose ball was the A35. So that's why fumble, we beanbag the spot, because now any foul is going to come back to that if it's before player possession is regained. So while the ball was loose, that's when you had the face mask. So we set a loose ball. So those fouls occurring during that loose ball are going to be enforced from that related run. So you would not, quote unquote, tack it on to the 50. It's going to go on to the 35. Alright, that's related run. Alright, so certain fouls have special enforcement, so they're not going to fall under, those 4 categories or the rules, enforcement rules pertaining to those 4 categories. And these are found in 10.5.1. These are free kick out of bounds, untouched by R, KCI, unfair acts, foul by the opponent's scoring team on a successful try, foul by the opponent of the scoring team on a successful field goal, fouls that occur during or after a TD scoring play, roughing the passer, kicker, or snapper, and fouls by K during a free or scrimmage kick down prior to the illegal kick. So here's the important thing of all this. When you have a foul, ask yourself these key questions. What is the result of the play? Is this a live or dead ball foul? Is this a loose ball or a running play? And what is the basic spot of enforcement? If the foul is by the offense behind the basic spot, that is the foul spot of enforcement. If you can just remember these and apply it with every enforcement, you should be okay. So let's look at a couple of plays. So first one's going to be intentional grounding. Remember, intentional grounding, we go from the spot. It's not a loose ball play. So the reason we go from the spot, yeah, I guess you kind of look at it as an all but one, but it's not really. Really, it's a spot because that is talk about the end of the related run. That's what we're looking at. That's why we flag the spot of the foul, or spot where he threw it, because that's the end of the related run. So we're going to flag that spot, and that's really the hardest thing, kind of as a referee. You kind of have to make as part of your process when you have a pass. Really, kind of mentally making a note of where the pass was thrown from, because it's not like a normal foul where we see the foul, we see it happen, then we're going to flag it. A lot of times with intentional grounding, we got to rely on the wings or the deeps to help us out. So make a mental note of where it was and flag it. But that is a related run. So that's why we go from the spot there. So on this play, we have a loose ball play. So loose ball, basic spot is going to be the previous spot. The foul is going to be a block below the waist at the line of scrimmage, in the neutral zone, basically. So since this foul happens, it does not happen behind the basic spot, then we're going to force this from the previous spot, right? The basic spot. Remember, all but one has to be, the foul has to occur behind the basic spot. Basic spot, here's the previous spot, that's where the foul happens. So we do not apply the all but one principle here. This is assessed from the previous spot. That makes sense? Remember, for all but one, the foul has to be behind the basic spot. This is a loose ball. Basic spot's previous spot. So we're going to assess the penalty from the previous spot, not the spot of enforcement, not the spot of the foul, because it's not behind. In this play, the all but one applies. So we have a loose ball. So previous spot, basic spot's previous spot. The foul is going to happen behind the previous spot. So we have a legal kick in the end zone. So the foul will be assessed from the end zone. The result of the play is also a safety. So that helps us out there. But let's say it's declined. Or not declined, but let's say they want to decline the safety and take the penalty. Then we will go from the spot of the foul, which in this case, end zone, safety either way. But say it's kicked from the 1 or the 2 or anywhere inside the field of play, but still behind the previous spot. That is a foul behind, by the offense, behind the previous spot, behind the basic spot. So the all but one applies. So we will assess this penalty from the spot of the foul. Alright, because foul by the offense behind the basic spot. Loose ball, basic spot, previous spot. Foul happens behind the previous spot. So, assess from the spot of the foul. Just remember the things to think about every time. What is the result of the play? Is this a live or dead ball foul? Is this a loose ball or a running play? What is your basic spot of enforcement? That's all you gotta know. Or all you gotta ask yourself. Answer those questions, and you'll be okay. So I hope this helped. Wish I had more plays to show, but you know, only so much you can show really. I'll try to do more information on this one. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully it clears some stuff up. And good luck. Remember to apply those questions with every foul enforcement.